¿Cómo estuvo ahí esa tarea? Could you complete it? Hello, hello, Cristina. Hello. Okay, so, well, last week we were checking, at the beginning we checked the test mistakes, right? They were extract from the oral test and we analyzed the mistakes in order to improve, right? You work in groups. Then we started doing some exercise related to present simple again. And you had to watch a video about Fred's. It was the Fred's routine. He was a student, right? Do you remember how old he was? Do you remember his age? ¿Recuerdan la edad que tenía Fred? How old is Fred? Do you remember that?
He's 17.
17, right? He is 17. So the idea was to watch, right, the video to try to understand the information. You can read because it includes the captions, right? It includes the captions, incluye las subtítulos, right? So it was easier to understand. And beside of that, you had to write some some sentences about yourself, real sentences. Okay, so I'm going to show you here. Let me see. Well, we are working on unit 2, right? Here you are the learning outcomes, los resultados de aprendizaje, they are included. That was class number 1, and today we're going to start with class number 2. Remember that we have some material that we are using in classes, right? The rest of the files are here where it says trabajo autónomo, and these are the links to watch the videos, right? Because we are recording our classes. Okay, in the first class, class number 1, you had to watch a video about Fred. As you said, he was 17 years old, and you had to answer some questions. Well, here you are some keys, right? The keys of the answers. The idea is to compare. You have that possibility to compare your answers. What is important? The third person singular, because we are talking about one person. In this case, we says he lives in London. He has cereals and orange juice, toast with jam or honey. What time does he usually get up? He usually gets up at 7:30, right? This is the way you have to answer your questions. How does he go to school? He walks to school, or you can say he goes to school on foot. That's another alternative, right? If you say, for example, he goes to school on foot, a pie. That is another alternative. What time does school start? School starts, one school in general, at 8:30, right? And it finishes at 3:30. Well, these are keys, the keys, los resultados, right? So you can find these here because the idea is to compare. It's on class number 2. On class number 2, you're going to find the keys, Fred's daily routine key, and there you are, some new worksheets. Okay, I need to check this one that I would like you to tell me, because in this worksheet, you had to write some sentences using time expressions and others of frequency. Can you give me some sentences, some examples? ¿Me pueden dar ejemplos de lo que ustedes escribieron using these time expressions? On Saturday, every week, at the weekend, sometimes, rarely, always in the morning, every year, every month and night. Can you give me examples of this? What did you write here, for example? Can you give me 1, 2 sentences?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Every week, go to visit my nephew.
Every week,
Go.
I go to visit. I go to visit or I visit?
No, go to visit. I go to visit.
Every week I go to visit
my nephew.
Right. Every week I go to visit my nephew. Perfect. That's very good. Remember, we can use the time expressions at the beginning or at the end. So in this case, we can say every week I go to visit my nephew, or I go to visit my nephew every week. Two possibilities, if they are correct. Very good, miss. Any other examples that you want to check? Otro ejemplo que tengan, así aprovechamos de revisarlos. Another example. What about on Saturday or at the weekend? Sometimes, always. It was part of your homework. Give me some ideas of this. What can we say?
Every day I get up at 6:30.
Okay, I get up at 6:30 a.m. every day. Okay, right. Yes, I understand. So what was important when we use every week at the beginning, we use a comma. Every week I go to visit my nephew. Very good. I get up at 6:30 every day. This is correct. Remember, every day you can use it at the beginning or at the end, right? So what you said, por lo tanto, lo que usted dijo at the beginning, this is correct. Esto está correcto. At the beginning or at the end. Perfect. Very good. Any other example? Any other example? Check your homework. This is the idea. And to check what you have. Acá podemos revisar lo que tiene, si hay error, si no hay error. No problem. That's the idea. Okay. For example, today is Tuesday. Okay, so we are going to talk about our classes of English. We can say every Tuesday morning, we have classes of English. Every Tuesday morning, cada martes en la mañana, right? Every Tuesday morning, we have classes of English. Or we have classes of English every Tuesday morning. That's good, that's correct. I'm using another time expression, right? I mixed, acá yo mezclé in the morning with the day of the week, Tuesday, right? Because it's shorter. We can say every Tuesday in the morning, pero puedo mezclarlo. For example, on Monday afternoon, el lunes en la tarde. On Saturday mornings, los sábados en la mañana. This way you can do it. Okay? What is important to mention that with parts of the day we use in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and the exception is this one that is at night. It's the only one that is different. The rest in there. Okay, well, that was. The idea is you give me your answers to check. La idea es que ustedes me den sus oraciones para revisar.
At night, we watch TV.
Do you have any suggestion? No? No suggestions? Okay. Well, let's continue. Let me see here. Okay, please. Let's go to Socrates. I need you to go to Socrates, right? I'm going to give you the link here on the platform. This is the link for you. Here. Please go to that one. That is Socrates. Socrates, please go there. Go there. right? And we're going to start immediately, and then you're going to need the room number or the room name. Is the room name? Yes. What is the room name? Here you are. I'm going to show you. Please, you have to write Nunes 9173. That is Nunes 9173, and you have to write your name. Nunes 9173. That is the room name. Please go there, write your names immediately, please. Just an exercise. Please go and write your names. Socrates. Alexander, thank you very much. You are here. Please write your names to start working. Just Alexander, what about the rest of you? Please go ahead. Let's go to Socrates. We have to start. Let's start. Okay, Alexander, you can go, right? You can go. Continue with the activities. You can answer. Thank you, Cristina. Cristina is here. Francisco is here. Okay, please continue. You have to answer, as you can see here, 20 questions, right? You have to select alternatives. Well, here you are. Please go and do this, and we're going to talk about this in a couple of minutes. Please go there. Let's see. Please start immediately. Cristina, you can start. Francisco, you can start. Sebastián, pueden comenzar. Esto va a su propio ritmo, right? Please go there. We should have here 13 students at, well, more than the students that we have here. Just 5. Please go and start. Let me see. No, Alexander, I'm not showing the results. Don't worry. I could realize. Sorry. Don't worry, right? That's the idea. We're going to improve this. The information is just for me now. I need to know if I can stop this. Please continue working. Continue working. I can see that you have some problems with present simple. I still have problems. This is Socrates and PDF. Okay. Okay, continue working. Okay, did you finish or not yet? Not yet. I can see here. Not yet. Okay. If you have some question, please just let me know. Kelly, why not? You should. You have to. Kelly, please try it again. That is Nunes 9173. It's on, right? It's on. We have new students now. Matthias, Natalie, Paola. Try to do it, Kelly, again. Try to do it again. Okay, thank you. Well, okay, just a couple of minutes, 5 minutes to finish. Thank you. There you are, Kelly. I can see you. Yes, you're locked in. It's okay. No, Alexander, don't worry. No. Yes, yes, you have to practice, Alexander. That's the idea, right? With this exercise, you can recognize, identify that you are having problems with this. So you have to continue practicing, right? But it has no grade. It's just an exercise, right? It's just an exercise. Continue, continue. I'm waiting for Kelly. Please, you have to finish. Kelly, Natalie, please continue. There you are. Okay, so we're going to work just 2 or 3 minutes for your classmates who are finishing the activity in Socrative, right? That it's on Socrative. Meanwhile, I'm going to tell you that we're going to check this worksheet. I'm going to show you this worksheet that was from last week. It was part of your homework, right? You had to complete sentences, affirmative, negative sentences. Then you had to write questions and a short paragraph about Andrés Arredondo. We're going to check this in 2 minutes. Please, get ready. 2 minutes. En 2 minutos revisamos esa tarea. Please. Que no haya terminado, para que la termine de inmediato. Así podemos avanzar mucho más rápido. Right? Okay, let's see. Okay, tell me about your experience on Socrates. How was that? What can you tell me about the exercise on Socrates? Was easy, very easy, not that easy? How was that? Can you tell me? Well, how was your experience? The sentences, the exercise are related to the unit, as you can see. Todos los ejercicios están relacionados con nuestra unidad, right? It's part of the structure with using the vocabulary. So, how was your experience? Alexander says that it was not a very good experience. What about the rest of you? How was that? Paola, how was it? Seba? Sebastián Albornoz, how was your experience on Socrates? Was it good?
Yeah.
No problems?
No.
It was
Maybe.
easy, Paola? A bit, a little bit? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. What about you, Cristina? Alexander, right, I have the information, Alexander. What about you, Agustin? How was it? Was it easy, difficult, not difficult, not easy? Was
Not difficult, but not easy.
okay, okay, was it in the middle? Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to check the results later. I'm going to check the results. Thank you, Sebastián. Matías. Okay, I'm going to check the results later when we finish here, right? To give you some feedback later or next class. Please, please pay attention to this. Last week, I gave you a worksheet in which we incorporated the vocabulary that is important to use as teachers, right? We said, last week, I mean, we said that we have to complete using the information in brackets, right? Here, the verb, and of course, we have to consider the correct verb tense. In the first one, it says the inspector Elizabeth, and last class we said, okay, the inspector Elizabeth is one person. I can replace that person by she, podría reemplazarla por she. So in this case, I have to use the verb coordinate, but with S because it's third person singular. Right? The inspector Elizabeth coordinates the anniversary activities. Right. What about number 2? I have to use the verb to be. Verb to be, as you know, the verb to be has 3 forms. Am, is, are. What is the correct form in this case? With it.
Is.
It is, and it's negative, so in this case is it is not or it isn't, right? That was the correct form. We have to answer this. It isn't important to plan everything. Yes, sir?
¿Está compartiendo pantalla?
Yes.
Ya.
¿El resto ve la pantalla?
Sí.
Me voy a salir y voy a tratar de ingresar de nuevo.
Okay, please, thank you. Okay. Okay, then number 3 says the principal, the inspector. When we talk about the principal, remember the principal. Who is the principal? Can you tell me? Who is the principal in a school? The principal.
Director.
Right, that's the director. Very good. The principal, the inspector, and the head of the technical pedagogical unit to a very important meeting. What is the verb form? What is the verb form that I have to use here? I have go or I have to use goes. What do you think?
Goes.
Goes. ¿De quién estoy hablando? ¿Cuál es el sujeto de esta
Ella. ¿O no?
Estoy hablando de the principal, the inspector, and the head of the technical pedagogical unit. Technical pedagogical unit. 3 people. 3 personas. A todos ellos yo lo puedo reemplazar mentalmente, ¿cierto? Todo esto es mental. Yo lo hago, mentalmente lo reemplazo por they. Ok. They go or they goes.
Go.
They go. So that is the correct way. The principal, the inspector, and the head of the technical pedagogical unit go to a very important meeting. That's the correct answer. Then it says some professors, I have to use the verb do research, es hacer investigación, at this university, but not exclusively. What is the correct verb form here? What about this one?
Do.
Do, right, because it's plural, right? It says some professors, so it's plural. Again, I can replace it by they. They do research at this university. Very good, very good. In the case of number 5, it's a bit different because it says the head of the technical pedagogical unit. I have to use the verb supervise internships, but negative form. Let me see, somebody's writing. They. Okay, they goes with go. Okay, they goes with go. Sounds weird, but it is. Ellos, esto van con go. What about number 5? The head of a technical pedagogical unit, not supervised internship. Okay, what I know is that I have to use the verb supervise. Eso ya lo tengo super claro. But in negative form. For negative forms, remember, for negative sentences, I have to use the auxiliar do not, que es don't, or does not, que es el doesn't. Which is the correct one? Don't or doesn't in this case? The head of the technical pedagogical unit. Don't supervise, doesn't supervise internships.
Does.
Does, right? Because we are talking about one person. Estamos hablando de una persona. Lo podría reemplazar por he o she. Al jefe de UTP o jefa de UTP. Does, but negative form. So this is doesn't. Recordemos, cuando yo utilizo el auxiliar, el verbo va a ir en su estado infinitivo. Doesn't supervise. Right? No agregamos la S como acá, como en el punto, en el ejercicio number 1. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? La oración número 1 es afirmativa. Esta es negativa. Cada vez que uso el auxiliar, el verbo va a ir en forma infinitiva. Ok. Then it says, number 6. Soraya, the principal, and I not work in the same school building. What do I have to write here? What can you tell me? Tell me, give me information about this one. Exercise 6.
Don't work.
Right. Well, I know that I have to complete using the verb work, right? And I have to write it in negative form. As it is plural, Soraya y yo, lo reemplazo por we, is do not, we do not work in the same school building. Remember, do not is don't. It's the same. That is. Thank you, Miss. And the rest is the same. My head teacher, using the verb to be, but in negative form. The speech therapist, you have to use the verb assist in affirmative form. Okay, what about the questions? I know that we did question 1 and question 2 here in classes. right? But what about the rest? For example, number 3 says they are teachers. What is the question for that one? They are teachers. What can we ask? ¿Qué podríamos preguntar for receiving that answer? Para recibir esa respuesta. They are teachers. What can you say?
Do they are teachers?
Do they are teachers? It's right. Let's improve it. Hay que mejorarla.
What is the profession?
Yes, yes. Okay, wait, give me 1 minute. Do they are teachers? Recordemos, cuando hacemos una pregunta con el verbo to be, si lo que quiero decir es, ¿son ellos profesores? El verbo to be no usa auxiliar. No usa auxiliar. Por lo tanto, esto yo tendría que eliminarlo. Y cuando es pregunta, el verbo to be va antes del sujeto. Verbo to be va antes del sujeto. Are they teachers? ¿Son ellos profesores? Cuando no hay WH, la respuesta va a ser yes or no. Are they teachers? Yes, they are teachers. La respuesta no dice yes or no. No calza tanto, no calza completamente, right? Pero importante ver, explicar esto que mencionamos hace un minuto atrás. Okay, are they teachers? They are teachers. It's not that correct. Miss, can you repeat? Yes, sir.
What are they?
What are they? ¿Qué son ellos? ¿O qué hacen? ¿Cómo preguntábamos qué hacen ellos? ¿A qué se dedican? Eso lo vimos hace varias semanas atrás. ¿Qué hacen ellos? ¿A qué se dedican? ¿Se acuerdan de esa pregunta? Con el verbo do, de hacer. ¿Cómo preguntábamos? ¿Qué hacen ellos? ¿A qué te dedicas?
What do they do?
Right. What do they do? ¿Qué hacen ellos? ¿A qué se dedican? They are teachers. This fits completely. Esta calza perfectamente. Right? One of your classmates mentioned some minutes ago, una compañera mencionó hace unos minutos atrás, what is their profession? Algo así, creo. That's correct. What is their, el their es el su de ellos. What is their profession? What is their profession? They are teachers. Perfecto. Right. They are teachers. Okay. Do you have any other alternative that you want to check? ¿Alguna otra que quieran revisar? Es importante hacer estos ejercicios para identificar si tenemos por ahí algún problemita de estructura. Okay, for example, number 7, please give me the information about this. It says, she's my colleague at Friends School. She's my colleague at Friends School. What is the question? What is the question number 7? She's my colleague at Friends School. Podría preguntar, is she your friend? Is she your friend? La respuesta
¿Se podría
es
decir who is she?
yes. Let's see. Is she? Perfect. That is. Corre la pregunta. Pajarito. Sorry. Who is she? Perfect. That is correcto. Who is she? Who is that girl or that woman? Who is that woman? Who is that lady? She's my colleague at friend school. Perfect. Yes. Yes, sir. Very good. That is. Who is Laura Martinez? She's my colleague at friend school. Right. Who is Rosario Inostroza? She's my colleague at friend school. Very good. Okay, and in the last part of this, you have to write a short paragraph about Andrés Arredondo. Right? So, please. What did you write? Cuéntame, ¿qué escribieron acerca de este personaje? What did you write? Let me see, somebody writing. Okay. What about Andrés Arredondo? Right, Alexander, was taken from the net, just the picture, so that's maybe. So we have to introduce this person. That's the very first thing. He's Andrés Arredondo, right? Or we can say his name is Andrés Arredondo. Or another alternative, this is Andrés Arredondo. Cualquiera de estas tres formas para presentar a alguien está correcta. Este es Andrés Arredondo, él es Andrés Arredondo, su nombre es Andrés Arredondo. No problem, right? Okay. What about the rest? We can say, can you help me? What else can I write?
He works as professor. He was at no, mentira. He works as speech therapist.
Yes. Okay. Yes, he. Okay, I'm going to use that information. He works as a speech therapist. Él trabaja. Right, sounds weird cuando decimos él trabaja como fonoaudiólogo porque da la impresión de que él no es fonoaudiólogo de profesión, sino que él trabaja como, ¿me entiende? Como simulando, haciendo la pega de otra persona, ¿sí? Gramaticalmente está correcto lo que se menciona aquí, right? Pero lo ideal sería decir que él es un
Andrés is a
right.
speech therapist.
Yes, very good. Andrés is a speech therapist. Very good. Yes, that's the ideal. Yes, that's the ideal. Tal como les menciono, esto no está mal, pero da la impresión de que él trabaja como, pero sin serlo pareciera. Right? Ojo ahí, que no cambiemos los mensajes. He's a speech therapist and works at Catholic Temuco University. Okay, what else can we say about him? We have to complete using that information. What else? What else? He has 28 years old. Is this correct? A ver, let me see. He has 28 years old. Is this correct?
No.
What is the problem?
No has.
Yes. What is it? What is the correct verb form?
He is.
Yes, he is 28 years old, right? Yes. Remember, Alexander, pay attention to that. I have a pencil, I have a telephone, I have a dog, I have a house. Todo eso lo puedo tener, pero las edades yo paso. Él está en los 28. Cuando pase un año más, él va a estar en los 29. Hay que pensarlo desde esa lógica. Usted está en los 20. Susana está en los 18. Antonio está en los 27. ¿Sí? In this case, he is 28 years old and is single. Okay. What about children? Or the city? She have one son. Is that correct? Let me see. He have one son. Is this correct? one son? Has. Very good. That is. Right, Sebastián? When we talk about one person, cuando hablamos de una persona que podemos reemplazarla por he, she, or it, we use has. Tal como Cristina dice. Right? He has one son. Very good. Andres live or lives in Temuco?
Lives.
Lives. He lives in Temuco. And the last one, we can say that Andres Arredondo has diabetes. The other alternative is to say that Andres suffers from diabetes. Okay, we have two alternatives. Has diabetes or suffers from diabetes. Suffers from diabetes. What is important cuando usamos el verbo de sufrir, padecer, usamos la preposición from. Suffer from cancer, suffers from diabetes. Okay, suffers from asthma. Okay, or the other way, Andres has diabetes, has cancer, has asthma, etc. Okay, that was your homework. Esta era su tarea, se la presento. Was well done. Okay, so remember that we are doing exercises as to get prepared for the evaluation. If you pay attention to the calendar, next class, that is May the 4th, we have classes. Here we have classes, and 11 on, yes, on May the 11th, here we have the test, the written test. That written test includes this kind of exercise. Esa prueba de ese día incluye este tipo de ejercicios, right? Reading exercise, listening exercises. Por lo tanto, if I'm not doing my homework, si yo no estoy haciendo mi tarea, no estoy practicando, no estoy haciendo ejercicios, es difícil poder avanzar. Recuerden que aquí lo importante, ustedes van a ser profesores, lo importante no es tener un 4 de passing grade, lo importante es aprender a identificar, a discriminar información. Eso es lo que estamos buscando. Aprovechen el curso, ¿sí? No es solamente aprobar, sino que aprender, aprovechar la instancia para que sea una experiencia de aprendizaje. Right? Thank you. Let me see here. That was your homework. Eso era su tarea, right? If we go to the platform, right, you are going to find two files. Vamos a encontrar dos archivos. One, present simple exercise number 2. I'm going to show you with 2 here. This is the one. The same structure. You have to complete sentences using the verb in brackets. Questions for the answers, and then you have to write a short paragraph about Darren Allright, right? A short paragraph, similar to this one, Andres Arredondo's. That is the idea. And the other file, right, you are going to find here is a reading comprehension text about Leslie. I'm going to show you. Here it is. It's a very short article, right, about a teacher. And with that information, you have to answer true or false and 4 questions. You have to answer using the information about this teacher, right? That is important. Where is it? On the platform. It's everything on the platform. Unit 2, go to class number 2. And en material trabajo autónomo, vamos a encontrar una guía de tercera persona, presente simple, of course, and 2 videos, right, in which they use the verbs using present simple, using this tense, usando este verbo, esta estructura y este tiempo verbal. Una is extract from Breaking Bad using present simple, and the other one is the routine of the Queen, right, from the UK. The routine of that person using present simple. Everything is on the platform. So that is in Unit 2, Class 2, right? Remember, according to our plan, next week we have classes, and the following week we have our evaluation. Okay, so we have one more class before the evaluation. Okay, that's it. Okay, yes. Thank you, Sebastian and Cristina. Please tell me, do you have any question related to this? Questions? No questions? Please go to the platform, check the information, and if you have questions, you don't understand something that you can find there, just contact me, right? I don't understand exercise 4, for example. Can you explain me exercise 1? I have no problem, please. Okay, right, I'm going to finish the recording here.